Oumaumua is the first interstellar object that scientists have seen passing through our very own solar system. Out in the vast expanse of space, there are many objects floating around, like asteroids, comets, stars, and planets. Oumaumua is very interesting for scientists, however, because they couldn't immediately identify what it is. It's definitely not a planet or a star, because those things can't just fly past the Earth. But scientists also don't think it's a comet or an asteroid either. In this video, we're going to tell you everything there is to know about this strange object and why it is so fascinating. A startling discovery. On October 19th of 2017, scientists spotted something that looked like a beacon of light flying through our solar system. This was not a typical space object like comets or asteroids. It was spotted using the Pan-STARRS telescope, which has an astonishing 1.4 billion pixels per image. This peculiar object was spotted around 40 days after it was closest to the Sun, and it was already flying away from our solar system. So what is it? Oumaumua is a rather small object that is estimated to be around 400 meters long and only 40 meters wide, which gives it a cigar-shaped look. It's red in color and appears to be similar to other objects from the outer parts of our solar system. The first strange thing about this object is its incredible speed. Oumaumua was calculated to be moving at about 196,000 miles per hour, or 87.3 kilometers per second, which is more than 3 times faster than usual asteroids that go through our solar system. For a brief period of time, astronauts classified this object as an asteroid, but shortly after they noticed that Oumaumua was actually accelerating in speed while flying, which is something that comets do. However, this object didn't have a comma around it as every other comet does. A comet is made of ice and comet dust that floats around a comet's nucleus and makes the comet look fuzzy when observed by telescopes. Also, Oumaumua flew by Earth so fast that scientists believe that its speed can't have been caused by the Sun's gravity. They actually think that the Sun's gravity had almost no influence on Oumaumua, which makes it even stranger. To complicate things even further, scientists spotted a second interstellar object in 2019 and named it 21 Borisov. This new object looked and behaved just like a normal comet, which made Oumuamua's appearance even stranger still. Why is Oumuamua so fast? Scientists simply can't explain the insane speed at which Oumuamua was traveling. Some research has shown that there may have been gas coming out of the side of Oumuamua, which was lit on fire by the Sun, causing the object to move faster. To explain it in simpler terms, rockets and airplanes use fuel to push themselves to fly, and that is exactly what Oumuamua appeared to be doing as well. The only problem is that scientists were unable to actually detect any leftover gas trail behind the object, as can be seen behind comets. Even if we look at the sky after an airplane flies over, we can see it leaving a trail of gas behind, but this wasn't the case with Oumuamua. Is it an alien spaceship or something else? So, does all this mean that Oumuamua is in fact an alien spaceship from another planet? Sadly, there simply isn't enough evidence that can confirm this theory, but some scientists believe it could be true. One of those scientists is Avi Loeb, an astronomy professor at Harvard University. He and his associates have submitted a paper exploring the possibility that this object is made by extraterrestrials. In the paper, they talk about the possibility that Oumuamua could be a thin, artificial solar rail that accelerates using the pressure of solar radiation. Avi Loeb says that this would explain why the object behaved a little like a comet, but did not accelerate with the gravitational pull of the Sun. There is a disagreement between Avi and other scientists who claim that there isn't enough evidence to support this theory, and that a tumbling solar rail wouldn't have the ability to accelerate. Avi Loeb continued his research and has also published another piece of work that talks about 6 anomalies regarding Oumuamua and describes why it's different from all other comets or asteroids that we have encountered so far. After the work was published, scientists used the Spitzer Space Telescope to try and determine how much outgassing of carbon standard comets have, or to put it in simpler terms, how shiny a normal comet is, and concluded that the Oumuamua is at least 10 10 times shinier than the shiniest normal comet. Even with all this research, there still isn't enough data to confirm or disprove the alien theory, but many astronomers still think it is highly unlikely to be true. There have instead been other theories about the origin of this strange object that, while not confirmed, might make more sense. The first one is the nitrogen ice theory. This theory suggests that it's possible that the Oumuamua is simply a medium-sized piece of nitrogen ice floating through space. This theory would explain why there was no trail behind it. The nitrogen ice could possibly have originated from a planet outside our solar system. The second theory is called the hydrogen ice theory. Supporters of this theory claim that Oumuamua has lots of hydrogen ice inside it. The heat from the sun then caused the ice to turn directly from a solid state into gas. This process could help the object propel itself through space and accelerate at the tremendous speed it has been seen to achieve. This would also explain why it didn't have a visible comma around it. Astronomers say that this process would make the comma very hard to spot with our telescopes because the atmosphere simply blocks out those wavelengths. The last aspect of this theory that makes it a strong contender is the shape of the object. The sublimation process would make the object lose a significant amount of mass over time and cause it to become elongated and shaped like a cigar. This theory sounds the most convincing to many people, but it also has one huge problem that makes it highly unlikely to be true. The sublimation process that turns the solid matter to gas would evaporate the hydrogen ice much quicker, and it seems Oumuamua has been flying for too long to be made of this material. But astronomers still haven't given up on finding the origin of Oumuamua. They launched a space mission under the name of Project Lyra, which would create a tiny aircraft that could land on interstellar objects and help us study them up close. Scientists even think it would be possible to catch Oumuamua in the next 30 years. The biggest problem that they are facing is Oumuamua's speed. Researchers hoped that it would be possible to construct an aircraft fast and agile enough to land on by the year 2033 and reach Oumuamua by 2049. Conclusion: to sum everything up, we still don't know exactly what Oumuamua is. The chance of it being a piece of advanced alien technology is slim, but it's still possible, and it's even an idea considered by the great minds of astronomy. Many people are still working and researching other possible explanations, but it could be another decade or two before we find out what this peculiar object really is. What about you? Do you think Oumuamua is an extraterrestrial object or some kind of new type of comet flying through space? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to get notified the next time we post a video.